everybody. Mm, You are live. Hey. Oh, it's supposed to be like this. Hi, my good people. Hi, I'm Queen, and it's my first time being live. So, my title was the title of it is Life Lessons and How to Get Through This Life, the journey of it. So, yeah, this is my first time again. So, I'm not nervous, but because I really don't know how this thing go, but it's okay. I'm just going to be me. So I'm introducing myself to the world, I guess. This how this go, right? So I'm introducing myself. I'm Queen B. I'm just going to put my last name as B. So the story on YouTube is for the tarot readers. Is a little bit. It's just out there. So this is just me being myself, sharing what I learned about life and the journey of it. And to take your time through it. The process is crazy. It could be bananas because when we try to figure out what this life is about, who we are, what we supposed to do, what is our role, all those things can be confusing. Why? Because sometimes we don't know our purpose. Just to be quite simple and frank about it, we don't all the time know. Pardon me. Excuse me. I don't move my screen. Okay. Let me don't do nothing, so don't move. Okay. So, uh, people that I know, like friends, family, people that knew me personally, may see me, or I may come off, or they look at me like life is not hard. I don't struggle. I don't go through nothing. Come on. Everybody goes through something. It's just that I just don't go through it the same way everybody else do. Don't mean that I don't have the same trials or tribulations, family issues. Right now, I don't have none. Listen, I learned in this life it's best to go through this life is to be mindful of how we treat each other and how you treat yourself. The more you love yourself, the more higher you get closer to the most high. It's already there in you. It's just that, pardon me, we operate from our flesh. So our flesh side is our emotions, what we could touch, see, and feel, our desires, those type sort of things, how we feel, and all of these things. Your spirit side is going to override that bullcrap side because that's the worldly side of us. Once we get past that side, you're like, oh my gosh, I feel more in tune with myself. That oneness that we get from the Most High is amazing because once you have that, is you clearing off. Okay, so let me just say like this: the less pressure we take off ourselves, as more you correct your wrongs as we journey in this life, the better it is. The less karma debt we have to pay back. So it's like don't put extra burdens on your spirit, on your soul. It's like heavy laundry, if you will. So you can feel when our spirit is heavy, or we life is just is weighing us down. There's too much going on, or it's too much responsibilities. There's too many things to tackle. This needs to be taken care of. This needs to be taken care of. And as if it's just you, along with other family members, but they could all be there. But if the responsibility falls on, if it's your role, then um I think then not to take it so personal if that is, because it's like, well, I got other people. Why is nobody helping me? I and okay, so from my thing, I didn't look at it. I don't get help. I looked at the help that was doing everything else, and I was the one that was there, appointed, whether I was taking care of my grandparents, help my mom, take care of my grandmother. My mom had 5 kids. It's 2 left now. I have 2 sisters. If one of them is still alive, whatever the case is, but I have 2. So, to my knowledge, so it's 3 of us left. 3 girls. I have 1 brother. The point is, when you taking care or you left to share the load and you have other siblings but they not around, for me, I looked at it that I was the best one. Not at that moment. I just seen that it's just me. Well, I know what to do. I remember. Well, it wasn't so much if I knew what to do really for me. It was just the my grandmother helped my mom take care of us. Her grandkids. She helped my mom with us. So to be able, I saw good things, and I saw backup, loyalty. I got you covered. You don't have to worry about it. It's not about being perfect. I didn't look at what's not perfect. As I'm growing up, I took the things that, if you are put in a situation or in a position in life where you are the one that the responsible one, or you make more rational decisions, or you're very clear minded, clear conscious, clear cognate, or whatever, clairvoyance, all those words that they use. To be able to be that. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, so if you going through something or whatever, and you happen to be the appointed one, it's how you go through it. If it's light, if it's not a big deal, or if not a big deal, if it's not strenuous, or you feel stressed out, you feel overwhelmed. Oh, I got why is it just me? I got other siblings. I just looked at it that I remember that she did it for me. I didn't think about what my siblings should be, or whatever the case is. They should help out, or they need to be involved. I just look at life as, just worry about your part. Because if you know who you are and you know why you doing what you're doing, your heart is light, it's easier to get through whatever it is that you're getting through in life. I'm not. I can't talk to you. So that's how I look at it. I don't think about whatever it is that needs to be done or how it should be done. I just think about, if you're going through life and it's not hard for you, to the point where you get to say what's hard for you. You get to say what you consider to be a burden, overwhelming, stressful, all those things. I said, well, I'm not going to use none of those things, because I don't want nothing to slow me down or to make me feel that I'm not capable of doing something. So once you understand why you're capable of doing whatever it is that you are assigned to, whatever life puts you in, you just do your best at whatever it is that you're doing, and be conscious of your decisions. They will also shape whatever your outcome of your journey, of your destiny, whatever your life is. The choices we make will take us down those roads, and then we can see why our life turned out a certain way by our choices. So if you make good choices in life, you will have less to worry about of things going wrong. I'm gonna see if I can turn this up. I don't know if I'm loud enough. Okay, okay. So yeah, that's just one of the ways. I don't think about trying to make anything, if anything, to be hurtful or to make me feel like, let's say, how you go out to go for a job or whatever it is, and it don't work out. Now, sometimes we feel self doubt, or it depends how long you've been doing it. This life, I'm not gonna let nothing stress me, because I don't take pills. I'm not on no medication. I don't want to be in any hospitals. I don't. I don't like anything. I'm an Aries, by the way, so I don't like anything to make me feel stuck, or that something I can control, or I got to answer too many questions, or feel like you in a box, like this world, like this matrix prism. It tells you different things, and within the options that it gives us, these are the things that we're allowed to do. Now, for the people that's outside the box, that's outside of this room, that outside of the choices or the things that they told us is entertainment, this is fun, you can do this, it's enough for everybody. Once you did all those things, not saying I didn't do it, I have fun doing it. But then, when you grow up, you mature, and you start looking at life a little bit different. You start seeing things a little bit different, like, and then you rewatch it, and you just rewatch life, and you say, "Well, this don't quite this world." Some it's not the world; it's the people that control it and family members, and just people in general. So we are the ones that make life what it is, whether we related or strangers, or whatever it is. We make this world whatever it is. So whatever our spirit is, I figure like this: I want to be whatever it is that I want good in this life. I want to be that. So I want to be whatever it is that I want coming back to me. If that is not your notion, then recess, so that can be whatever energy, so you could be the seed that you want to see planted. If you want to regrow yourself, that's where your mind should be at. Use yourself, measure yourself, feed yourself good things. I'm quite sure for the ones that can't, or they're stuck in too much pain, you didn't let go of pain, hurt, being jealous or angry. You didn't learn to love you. You should appreciate it. Something that the good Lord made and made for all of us to have something special to showcase why he is who he is and why we represent him. Now, if your spirit don't represent something that's good and gracious and loving and kind, then you're going to take it on to another spirit that is not so kindly, where it's more, it got some, it's ugly. It could have a lot of scars. It could have whatever it is that darkness is. When you don't have self love, it would make you more of a righteous person. When you watch your life on that side, because we get to see both sides. I already know my other side. Everybody got a shadow side, and then you got your light side. I have both. You need a balance. Once you find your balance and your sense in life, life is much more manageable, and it's much more makes sense. It don't mean that you're not going to go through challenges. It means the challenges is not a challenge for you. You will have to look at life as whatever it is challenging you, not people, not the things. People get caught on people. Those are the least of my worries, because people mindset is going to be whatever it is. It's when challenges come. It's going to use people as a circumstance, but whatever it is, if you see it as, I don't want a competition with people. I really can't express that enough. That's the wrong thing you should want to think about doing, is competing against another person. Why that don't make sense? I'm gonna tell you why. It doesn't make sense to do that, because everybody is their own individual spirit print. They have their own signature essence, and whatever it is, how they flow is, everybody has their own. That should not, or you should not want to try to duplicate, or to be a clone. Why? Because you're not original. If that person is good at whatever it is that they do, and they naturally good at it, let that naturally be them. Appreciate it. So I like that about them. Take something else so you can use something for yourself, so you can enhance yourself about yourself. Now, if it's somebody being honest, and you say, wow, I like that they're more honest and they're very confident. How can I get to be that with whatever I got? How can I use that for me? That's how you can take something from someone and add it to yourself. Not take somebody else's knowledge or their thoughts and their mannerisms, stealing somebody, or duplicating and making yourself like somebody. Let me see if it's straight. All right. It's funny when I do it in a camera. Okay. Okay. All right, whatever. So it's like it's a little crazy, like when you think that we should take somebody else to be somebody else. I don't know if I think I'm so bright. But in any case, I just think about being me. You know why? Because the Most High said, I appointed you for me. That's what he said to all his children. And who you when you know that where you come from your parents, you want to claim them. Whether it's your step parent, grandparent, I don't care, whoever your guardian is, you want to say that's the person that raised you. Okay, so if we are a child of the Most High, why wouldn't we claim them? We supposed to represent. How do you represent the Most High? Now, people that don't say they don't believe in God, they don't know who it is. Did you ever see him? Did you ever speak to you or whatever? Yes, yes, and yes. How? Because you have to know that you can't be used by any vessel or by anything that you say you believe in if you don't believe in yourself first. Now, not in a selfish way, not in a way where it puts people down, and it's a confidence, it's an assurity. It's like I came into myself as a breath of fresh air when you're awakening to your better half of yourself, which is the self of you that is not in the worldly way. You graduated, you came out of the world. It's not that you're not in it. Do you do certain things? Yes. Listen, it's not don't go to state schools, don't work and do all these things. Whatever you do, make sure you're doing whatever is natural to you. So whatever this world is, you're not working for the world. You letting the world work for you. It's supposed to be that way. I didn't always know it, but since I know it, I gotta say it, and I'm telling us this is how it go. We don't get appreciated. Okay, wait. The way it's set up and it's designed for us to look at outwardly. You know, when we going for jobs, they tell us, you got to sell yourself. Listen to that. You got to sell yourself. You got to show why you the best one for the job. It's many other suitors. Everybody wants this job. Why should you be picked for it? Right? So we do our resumes and I never understood that part. Why am I auditioning for jobs? But this is what it is. It's an audition. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Once we could do a lot of things sleepily, but it's time to wake up, people. It's really time to wake up. Nobody should be sleeping at this point. Nobody should be thinking about racism. If you are, for those that are still thinking about skin colors, you missed the boat. And you at the end of the season. I don't know. You gotta look, we have revelations. Everybody should see themselves somewhere in that book. You should be a Daniel. You can see yourself as a Judas. I don't care who you want to pick. We in there. Look at the attributes and see if your attributes line up with that story or that type of energy or spirit, and then you follow to see where it's going. If you end up in 5 Galatians 19, murmuring, complaining, or whatever, backbiting, all the things that God said not to be corrupt, because this is what this world is. That is what secret societies are. Masons, the ones that's in the dark, they know how to do magic and stuff, and they say, don't do that. You're not supposed to do that in the Bible. How? You got rituals all in the book. What you mean? You sacrifice animals, you bring people, all kinds of stuff, casting out demons. So people, wake up. Where are they? If they was there then, where is these demons at now? Where's these energies at? If it's roaming back and forth, if you're looking at me and I'm not looking at you, but the point is, if you see me and I see you and we looking at each other, one of us, or it could be both, one of us is only 2 things in this world, okay? So people don't get it confused. It's I'm just saying it's not a lot. It's not a whole lot of ways. It's three things. It's one. As you see how we on YouTube, right? This is how the Most High is. He's there for everything and everybody can join in. There's enough space for everybody, but it's one covering that gives us the best blessings and the greatest joy out of life. Yes, is it slow? Does it take its time? Yes. Do we know why? Because it needs us to be preserved. So when we go through our stations in life and our different levels, depending on where our mindset at, what's going on, what happened to us, our traumas or whatever, we're going to get according to whatever it is that we can understand and comprehend at that time. So when we think that, oh, why I didn't get it when I'm in my 40s. So let's just say in my 20s, I was like, why I didn't get this? Why I didn't have this knowledge when I was 20? I would have, because I was not ready. That wasn't, I was in the element where I was supposed to be at for that time in my life. So if everybody could follow that same rule applied to every goddamn body. Nobody's different or special. We get what we get for the area where we are able to understand or comprehend. And some of the things that we able to supposed to be able to comprehend for the time that we are in, we still don't do good with that. So it's better to understand the choices and the things that we've been through. If the things that you've been through, if it's hurt, murder, rape, or whatever it is that we've been through, if you are a survivor of whatever product of life, no matter what area or level or age you've been through, whatever it is that happened at those ages of life, if it broke you, if it changed your spirit to make you more wicked or to make you bitter or to make you want to lash out if you caught an STD or whatever it is to the magnitude, if it make you want to get back and make you feel like underappreciated or you want other people to know what it feels like because they made you feel like a certain way and you got that kind of energy, guess what? You are in for a rude awakening. Yes, I gotta tell you, because it's spirits that want people like you. I don't care if you're a man, woman, a child, or a baby. It doesn't matter. Any living thing, especially as a being. If you have any of these emotions, it just need a little, maybe about this much. It needs about this much. So when you think about if you give it that much, that spirit can intercede because you have something it can feed on. And I went all kinds of wrong ways. And I'm learning to readjust and get to know myself is the best thing that the Lord can ever do when you sit down. Let me tell you a little something. When I was okay, so at 13, I learned how to smoke cigarettes. But I really well, it just always been a thing for me since I was a little girl. And I just liked them because I used to see my dad do it. And any case, I learned that at 13. So in case, I knew from then and from 13, and I think I smoked weed maybe at 17 or whatever, some between 17 and 18. And alcohol like beer and stuff like that at around those times. I knew then those was the only, see, three things that I could ever do in this lifetime already. I knew anything, it's nothing more higher than regular weed, green, anything that was natural. That is it. I knew I wasn't going to smoke no pipe. I've been around a lot of things. Everything didn't entice me to want to do it. This world going to have the moral or reason why I mention that because you're going to have a lot of things in life. You got to kind of know what it is that you're not going to do. That may not be for everybody, but that is for me. And some people do. Most of us do know how far we're going to go. We do know some things about ourselves. And you got people that don't know nothing about themselves and they go out there and they get with people and friends and they want to try everything that they're doing that because it looks good. And it's like, oh man, I want to try that. Or I'll beat this person up. Or I'll do this. Or I can, whatever limits you have, it don't mean that you curse. You got to try something so you can know what you're capable of, why you're doing it, and why you like and what it does for you. Now, some people don't think about and analyze why am I doing or a follower. So if you need to know if you're a follower or a leader. or you just looking for somebody to, you're just going with the flow. Now, if you're a type of person to go with the flow in life, you kind of just, you're going to end up a lot of ways. You have to be centered, at least in yourself. Religion should not count because it's confusing. If you're going with a religion, you say, well, I can't do this because my religion doesn't allow this and it doesn't allow this and it doesn't allow that, then you're not being free because it's telling you that it has restrictions. You should be able to be your own religion, your own book. You should, at least at a basic age, in your 20s, from being a kid, you should, when you first get to be on your own and you can go outside and make decisions and do certain things, you should basically, everybody learn the rule right from wrong. We understand the basic principle. Don't do unto others as you want them to do unto you. If somebody's kind to you, return the favor. You don't have to know them to be casual and to be cordial. It doesn't cost anything to be mindful. It doesn't matter what they serve. They could be the devil and so. But guess what? If you could bump into the devil on the street, if you never give it a reason to put their radar on you, then you could get past in life and go about your business in a beautiful way. It doesn't matter. Be kind and be cordial. You be that to everybody because then they won't have a reason why they want to attack you other than jealousy. Guess what? That's okay because that's on them. When your hands is clean, if you go in this life, it's not that you're not going to make mistakes. You just need to correct them. If you hurt or offended anybody, go back and correct it. It doesn't matter if they accept it or not. That burden is on them. They did not learn the principle of life to make life better for them. You have to be able to let go. And not, it's not about for the other person. You have to be able to free your conscience and your soul because it needs to be light. Think about traveling. If you're going through life, you're going through a different station, you're getting older, you're leaving your 20s, you're going into your 30s. Do you really want to go in your 30s the same way you was in your 20s, like you didn't learn nothing? You still out there want to still hang and party and shake it like it's hot. You want whatever it is, you're just not maturing. So if you're not maturing, then you're taking baggage. If you're a person that likes to have multiple people attached to you, you're a person that can't be by yourself. You don't you need people around. You have to have parties and cooking because you need a lot of energies around. You need to feel, needed and all. uh you're going to miss why God made you a certain way. You're going to miss those parts, and unfortunately those are the ones that don't make it far. It doesn't mean, I'm not talking about what this world told you about your degree or if you finish school. I have my own business. You don't make it far in a journey of life where God requires us to be. That's a whole different. You got worldly standards, and then you got your own spiritual standards that is above this realm here. So when you get with people that's on that level, that they graduated from being a regular earthling, and you become more into your essence of knowing yourself. That means that you're able to use your own self as a wonderful gift that God said He made us wonderfully made. Do we understand what that means? I don't know if most people. I know that the ones that's awakened, which is that we coming into our own. We know why we chosen ones. Is not, it's just that we came to a place in our life that we got tested, tried, and we got reapproved and it's being, we died and been reborn again. That's what that is. That means that we got past the part of life that we stopped letting things hurt us and bother us, things of the past to hinder us. So that means that we healed. We learned to heal by loving ourselves. Go back to whatever age that you got hurt. Tell that little boy, that little girl, it's okay. We made it. I'm smarter now. I got us. I didn't know how to. Go back and talk to that younger part of yourself so you can get all of yourselves and get all parts that was broken, mend them, heal them, kiss them, and then give it to the Lord. And then the Lord going to strengthen and bind you together where you are whole. So now, all three of you, your younger self, your middle-aged self, your older self, now you're all three healed. And each version of those different versions have other different parts of yourself. Once you come here, then you know who you are. You're learning to learn yourself. What is the senses that they told us about is five, right? Okay. And it's five good things that you need in this life: integrity, morals, understanding you should have some limits. You need boundaries. You need people that's loyal and committed. You take those things and you use those elements in your life. How come your life wouldn't go right? Why wouldn't it? If you're a conscious being of yourself and others. You're mindful of, if I do this, then what would be the outcome of this? I was a person that was able to see ahead of time. I didn't know that, but that's what it was. And I just knew what I didn't want to be. By the time whatever I didn't do in my teens or whatever vow or I said, well, I'm young. If I don't know what's come arise, but if it do, I'll go with the flow. It never happened. So I never been to a strip club. Whatever if it was in my teen years. Once I got 20, because I had my daughter at 16, so I became very, 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 very on point. Don't mean that I was an excellent mother. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is I was prepared to be. I understand that I was going to be already dedicated. I knew that. I was ready to be a mom, and I wanted to be a mom when I was 8 years old as an adult. The question was asked one time. I'm all over the place, but it was a question. I was in the supermarket with my parents and my siblings. My brother wanted to be fire truck, some fire truck, whatever, a fireman, whatever it is. I don't remember what my sisters wanted to be, but I know when it came to me, I was 8 years old, and it was, it was an older gentleman, and we happened to be standing in the front, so he was talking to us. We used to have Western beef. Excuse me. So he said, "What you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "I want to be a mother." And he said, he was like, "What? If you was my daughter, I would have slapped the shit out of you." And I just looked at him like I didn't feel bad because I felt like he didn't understand the question that he asked. You said, "What do I want to be when I grow up?" A mom. I'm a female. I'm right to say that. I just looked at him like I didn't feel ashamed because some kids feel bad. You get to if adults say certain things, it could hurt your feelings and make us put our head down. I didn't, and I just I don't know. I just I had to look like I think. Well, let me see if I can remember. I'm standing there. Yeah, I did. I said you said, "What do I want to be when I grow up?" And that's what I said. I want to be a mom. That's when I grow up. He felt as a child I shouldn't been thinking about that, being a mom at that age, unless something is inappropriate is happening. People gather their thoughts and they figure like something's happening. His mental was not on his own mental for the question that he asked. He did not understand what he's saying and why he said it. If you ask a child, what do they want to be? And they tell you, and you feel that what they're saying is not appropriate for their age. But if you say what you want to do now, what you like doing as a kid, or what's your interest, and the kids say that, then that's kind of changed the dynamic. Then that kind of would make a little more sense why a person would say that. But if you're saying in the future, present tense, that didn't happen. It's future tense. Then that child is right to see her to want to be to see her. So she has a mom. What do mothers do? We bring our kids doll babies and set them up in little houses, and you preparing them, whether you know it or not, to be a mother, to be motherly or nurturing. Go and get the tea. You got the little tea house, the little teacups, and things like that. So if you don't want your child to be or think a certain way, then don't put certain things in their head, implant it, and then tell them they shouldn't have a vision of it because it's too early. Or get a little Ken and Barbie doll, and you get the man to go along and say, "Oh, they gotta have a match, a man, a boy, and a girl." We always telling them the right way. It was never Steve and Mike, or Sandy and Mindy. We gotta follow along. It's only two. Is is one for all, and it's two ways you could go about it. You could go the left way, or you go the right way, or you be in the middle and you go straight. It's not hard. We make it hard. I don't care what this world is. I saw one and two things. I said, where can I make this to make sense? The first thing is so many things that's happening in the world, right? There's a lot of things happening. There's so many different. You got your personal life. If you got children, then you got your children's life. If you don't have no kids, you still got a life. You got your life, then you got school life, work life, and then you got your social setting. Then you got your family setting, and then you got other things. So you got a lot of things going on, and then you got trips, and there's the world got so many things that you can get into. All right, so because it got all of that, what is the best and most thing to focus on besides politics and who's going to be the president, what's happening, what's not happening? The things that we can change. Who and what is the best way to approach this situation? You need to use yourself, because that's the only thing that you have actual control over. You get to say yes, no, maybe, so, I don't feel like it, I'm changing my mind. You can do all of those things. Who do you do it with? Yourself. Now, for people that got handlers, or you feel like you need somebody else to run your ship or to drive your own car, and to turn your ignition and you pass your key to somebody else so they can unlock and get into your vehicle, which is your personal self. Talking about yourself, not an actual car. Yourself is a vehicle first. Why? Because you can fly yourself, you can land yourself, you can do all those things mentally, physically, either way. Find your own way. Whatever avenue you want to take, there's no wrong way of taking the right way to get to the most high, which is your higher self. Now, when you get to your conscious self, your God self is always going to talk to you. It's going to always tell you some things that you want to told yourself and things that you want to taught yourself. And nobody else was able to teach it to you. Know why? Because nobody else was able to give it to you. Now, somebody else may know about it, but that's not how you found out about it. You found out inwardly. So if you get knowledge inwardly, that supersedes or reading the book or somebody saying, where did you get your information? Well, let me see if I could Google it. Because whatever the Most High give, it's not all the time Googleable. And you can't just say, Siri, can you tell me, can you tell me what the Lord said? I make myself laugh. But I'm just saying, you got to think about, there's some things in this world that this world can't give you. That's when you know that you are in a better place, and you should stay there, because this world can't give you. It's going to mess you up. The people in it, not the world. Just the way that they try to maneuver our minds to think that you cannot think advance. You shouldn't be able to see yourself ahead of time what you want to be. I saw myself as a young person. I wanted to be a mom. I knew I wasn't going to do nothing higher than cigarettes, weed, and alcohol. Now I don't do none of those. Correction. I don't smoke. I mean, I don't drink. I don't drink any alcohol or wine. I liked it wine, but I stopped. So I got two elements that needs to be eradicated. But I said, as the Most High is taking me on this journey, it doesn't mean that, oh, you can't be used. See, you smoke, or you. He said, don't be double minded. You need to be stable. You still need to be conscious. You should be able to, whatever you're doing, if it overtakes you, your equilibrium, and it makes you all balanced when you cannot account for yourself or get back and forth home, or somebody got to tell you your behavior because you blacked out or you act up and you don't really know how to control yourself on substance, then you should, then listen. If it take you away from yourself and you can't think clearly, and it doesn't allow you to be in a state where you are focused and you're conscious of what you're doing and why you're doing it and what you shouldn't do. Once you find your sense of any balanced being is where you will want to be. Find those ones in life. If they're centered, you need to be balanced. Because if you can't be balanced, you know, you don't want to be too much, too nice, because then you're gonna get taken advantage. You can't be too harsh or mean or close hearted, because now you're gonna miss some good blessings. You need to be in the middle so you can be open. It'll let you be aware of both sides. So you're not. I was the nice kind of. Mm, yeah, but a lot of people get surprised because I'm 4 feet 11 or 10, whichever one. I'm short, right? So usually my voice is not so loud, and I am this way. I'm nice. I'm kind hearted. I am loving. I'm all of that. That doesn't mean that's a gullible person. That means that's if you're paying attention, that is a wise person, especially when you see the other side, that they have a another side where that switch come on, and it's like, no, now you got to stop, or you can't get too far. If I got to talk to you, I don't like to talk to anybody to tell somebody how to be, or how to treat me as an adult. You got rules and discipline for children. After you tell an adult one time, I'm past a lot of levels. So I'm like, no, I'm not helping. People got to be already at the place where they can be already helpful to add to this help right here. When you are a helper and you are a giver, givers need to be given back, because that is the reason for giving. Is to be appreciated and reciprocated. It's not, oh, if I bought you a house, you got to buy me a house. I bought you sneakers, you got to get me a pair of sneakers. Well, how come if I did this for you, okay, everybody got different areas and different needs. We may not need each other in the exact same way, or extending or giving help in the same area. Once you mature, for the mature ones, we have learned that lesson. I thank God for Amisters Rose, uh, Stacy, 420. Um, Listen, it's so many of y'all, Draco, all of you. So there's so many of you that alchemists, uh, something, but she know who I'm talking about, and it's so many of y'all. Truly divinely sent, divinely faceted. Um, Look, uh, what's his name? Kevin, the Kevin that got his own Kevin deck. I ain't saying it right, but y'all know who I'm talking about, Kevin. And it's a lot of y'all. So what I'm saying is so many of us that's using our gifts in different ways, and we get to see why the Lord made us wonderfully made. It's a beautiful thing if you really look at yourself, and to be a part of those people, to be a part of us, is to go through a life of journey to where life didn't change our spirit. It didn't make us hateful. It didn't make us want to take people out or to step on people because we want to get to where we want to go. If you have to cross or anyone, you have to do these things. Remember, it's not going to work out. It's going to work out. Let me just say like this. It's going to work out when you're doing it with little people that God said you could do it to. Because they're going to let you store it up. You shouldn't do it, but they're going to let you do it, because it needs you to still let your stupid thinking think that doing something wrong to someone is a good thing, as long as they don't find out that it's you doing it. Okay, but guess what? His eyes in the sky, everything is being recorded. They watch. We are being watched. Let me just say that we're being watched, not by the government. Forget about them, because they being watched too. They have their time. The Most High, the same. Whatever's loosed on heaven is absolutely loosed on earth. That's why it's angels here in the flesh, and we walk around in the human flesh, helping humanity. Why? Because we need it. We need to be uplifted. We need to remember who we are. We need to remember why you should love yourself, why you shouldn't be wearing chains, why you shouldn't be taking videos with money in your hand and be like, oh, you should be already know that you are the money. You are whatever it is that they want to consider to be money. Your own gifts and your own strength and your own love for yourself and your own intuition, your own manifestations, whatever that is, you have to be whatever it is that you said you want to be. Just be it rightly. Hold on to your integrity. Love yourself as you love others. Whatever you want to be that energy you want coming back to you. If you don't expect, now people on the other side, if you're doing dark things for a dark reason, please understand when you come against the wrong ones in life, everybody's going to find out if you've been having a lucky streak and you've been getting away with something for 20 or 30, 40 years. And then all of a sudden you meet someone and that one special, that one is a little different. You ain't thinking nothing. They look harmless like me, right? And see me say, oh, she don't look like she can hurt nobody. She can't do nothing to nobody. You know, she by herself. You know, she's short. She ain't got nobody. Who's gonna protect her? Listen here. I'm glad that people see that because when they see us by ourselves, that's when we get tested the most. That's when God show up the most because they looking for something fantastical and spectacular. When you play in the dark, you'll find out it's spectacular people. Just like God there, she had a whole fortress around. Yes, we got loved ones that we take care of, and they do remember how we treated them. It's important to love and be careful with who you cross because some people, if they don't forgive, if you cross someone and you figure, oh, they going, they going now, and I can just move on with life. No, you cannot. They speak too. If they speak, or they let anyone or someone know, some people they solve their own murder from beyond the other side. You know, sometimes it is mediums. It is a such thing as people that have heightened gifts that doesn't make them crazy. We're not weird. We just open to a place where we healed. And you could have got there because we all had the same equal opportunity to be able to get highly lifted. Now a person would have to refuse. I don't want you to tell me how to be my better self. I want to be like that person. I'm going to follow this one. I'm going to take this from this one. I don't want this one to have that. If I had somebody else's life, I could be this. You should want your own life because trying to take something from somebody else, it's not going to be permitted, especially if that's not warranted. If you're doing anything in the spiritual realm or spiritual, which is your spiritual self, that means the spiritual laws. That means that whatever we do here, if you cross the line doing anything or wishing anything on anybody, even by speaking, those are curses. If you're not speaking in light, love and light, then it's the opposite way. But who you casting it on and who you saying it about, if you don't know that person potential of protection and who's protecting them and why they being protected, you probably should want to back up. Because the first thing, listen to them. If somebody ever tell you that they can hear you and they nowhere near you, and they say, I heard you. I can hear you talking about whether it's good or bad. But either way, if they can hear you, it would be best to say you got one or two options. Appreciate that person and never cross them and don't let nobody else do it, or get away from them. Because if you're not going to be good to that person, they're not ordinary. You probably want to, something should click. Ping. This is a different being. Let me back up or let me investigate. Now, you shouldn't want to investigate if you are naturally, genuinely friendly and you genuinely is amazed and intrigued by this person. Don't be amazed and intrigued to want to trick that person because you don't know a spectrum. And if that person know how to do both sides, you kind of, you don't really know. If to learn somebody is to learn what they've been through and to listen to them talk. If they elevate it in a certain way and they talk differently than other people in your group and in your social environment, that is not a norm or a regular being. That's somebody that's out of the box. God planted there. They talk about the Most High. That is a Most High type of person. They have the spirit of Him. If you don't know and you're not sure, you should absolutely, wherever your research is, go back to the Bible because most people that got the Bibles in their house and they don't read it, don't have to read everything, but you need to read the parts where it's going to help you to understand why everybody's not fuckable. That's just what I'm trying to say. Like everybody's not made to be messed with. Everybody's not made to be picked with, or let me see how much I can take advantage of this person. Because if the person let you do it, and they tell you, I think you should stop I don't think you should do that to me, or I don't like that you did that. Well, why would you do that? What did I do to you? And you ask the person, and they don't want to give you a response. I don't think I got. I don't have to. What if I don't want to be honest to you? Well, guess what? I can't make you. You're absolutely right. But what I could do is kick you right out of my life. Listen, people, if somebody don't like to be honest and they don't want to be fair, and you've been honest and upfront with that individual, excuse me, and whoever it is, and they feel that you're not earned or you're not worth to be the same, leave that person right where they at. You can't have both. You can't be dishonest and want to share what you want and hold back. If you never hold back either, then God said He gave us His best. If the Most High is our best, now pay attention, people. If the Lord is our best, why do we think it's good for us to settle for less? Let's figure that out. If the Lord is almighty, all knowing, which He is, all knowing, all powerful, and all gifts, all splendor, everything comes from Him. Even when Satan is walking around looking who they could devour, his powers come from the Most High too. And if you did the wrong thing to the ones that God appointed, and then we under that umbrella with the Most High protection, with the greatness of all His authority and splendor, and that power happened to give it to you because you under His protection. Do you understand what that means? That means that everything, everything, and everything on everywhere bows down to that being. It's just that simple. It's common sense. Think about it. If you underneath a power, for all the powers that everybody belongs to that one power that has the ability to crush or to break or to build or to destroy every and anything that goes against what His nature and His will is, for whatever the great Lord vision is for His world, for us as a people, and for us ourselves. If we go against the grain that He already prepared for us, and we say, "Well, I'm not," I know an individual. It's too many of them. It's mind blowing to know people in the world. We walk past them or got them. It is mind blowing to not to. I mean, to not to want to listen if to the spirit. If the Most High sends, do you know when He sends someone to you? Do you know when He's sending someone special in your life? Would you know it? I don't know if you would know it, but what I am going to tell you is, it is better to. I think if you know yourself, once you know who you are and you know your spirit and your energy, then it's easy to dissect someone else. I can't say it's easy. I'm gonna just say it is for those that is spiritually awakened, because now you get to see past this realm and where somebody could be standing in front of you, and you say, "Well, I'm not. That's my uncle. That's my brother. Now I'm not going." Once you get past that, looking at people as who their bloodlines and who their face look like, then you should go by their character and their spirit. If I know your spirit, these are chosen people. Now, whether I don't like this saying chosen, but I'm gonna just say awakened, because everybody could be awakened to what's wrong and what's not. You should be able to use discernment, to use the senses you have. All of us have an animal instinct, whether you want to call us animals or not. Now, whatever it is that is for you, whatever alerts you to know when you're in danger. If you're a being and you're in the physical, you should be able to do both things. You should be able to know in the physical world and your spiritual self, and you need to know the balance of both, because you need both to dwell here, and you need your spiritual self to get out of here. Because if you only got one flesh self and that's all you operate in, and there's a lot of operators that operates in that mindset. They call themselves religious people, and they don't like anybody that's good. They don't want anybody that's honest or fair, because we make them look bad. Guess what? So what? Know why? And so what? And it's like, because you got a choice. You got a choice to change your life. You got a choice to want to be something different than what you decided to be. And you got a lot of things that tell you you should go based on how you feel. If it makes you feel good, crushing other people's soul and taking their life and messing their life up and messing up their relationships where they don't know that you're doing it, but you talking to other people and other people putting negative energies out and they throwing stuff in shade and they going around and getting dirt or whatever it is that you want to do, and you doing those things and you wish for a person to not to have life, you wishing for a person to not to have goodness, good enjoyment, a good flow of life. There's a whole lot of these people that's out there that did the wrong thing. When you do it, or anybody, you should be mindful. Whatever you put out and you want to put on someone that you don't think that they are worthy of having a joyful life, they shouldn't be married. This one shouldn't have had kids. They shouldn't have had everything should have happened to me. Me. And you got those me. I got a younger sister. She looked like me. She's just a little younger than me. And she's a me. Fish girl. Pisces. Now, when you are me, and you want everything that the one that you feel that whatever they got, you should have. I love you with all my heart, little sis. But I had to dismiss and back up because you don't know when you don't learn how to love as a people or personally to family members, I don't care who you is. When you don't know how to do that, you think you do, but to the wrong people. That because they got the same evil mentality. Those are the ones. Those I guess say narcissists, Eastern Star, whatever you are in this life, and you going against the people that's righteous in this life because we actually do the work. Wake up every day, try to figure it out. We don't all the time. No, we not all the time in the best mood, but we don't think about quitting. We don't think about let me go see who life I can mess up today because their life is a little bit better than mine. Let me see who woke up and happy today because I didn't go to sleep too happy because look what I got to deal with. Well, you made your choice. You got to learn to be happy with them. Whether you happy with them, you got to learn to accept it because why? It's your choice. Your choice. Somebody else making better choices for themselves. Narcissist people in the world, men, women, and children. You have got to learn. Life is going to crush you. If the more you in your ego and your pride, woo, baby, those right there. Those are the two things that will get you faster out of here. Because if the stronger that stronghold is, that means nobody can tell you nothing, right? Nobody can say something to save your life. Why? Because you won't look at that person like, I ain't listening to you. I'm listening to you for you're not God. You can't tell. All right, we all are. We all are. No matter which side we are, we still is. Whether you Satan God is you can call Satan your God, that's still right. The Most High is one righteous. That's what this is. Is one righteous being in spirit that walks in this earth, and if you connected to that good, wonderfulest thing that ever happened to you, you just be thankful. You say, "Thank you, Lord, that you kept me, even when I wasn't keeping myself safe, making safe choices or making the right choice." But let's say this: if you made more right choices, I still was a conscious person, even as a child, because I listened to good things. Don't mean I was perfect. It means that I listened to certain things that I did with intention, with a conscience. I still was conscious about if my mom said, "Don't go out starting trouble." Be mindful of just be good, be kind, treat people with respect, and even adults. They will have to respect you, even them. If they don't respect you, then okay, that's what that is. Them either. She had a principle of how and when is appropriate and when it's not. Because of those principles, I stood on it, and the Lord said, "I certify that." Once you find that part, you're going to wobble because you're still young and young, but you're still conscious of what you're doing. As far as if I hurt someone, Or if I'm stealing, if somebody drops something, would I be the type to let them walk past and pick it up and don't say nothing? Or would I let them know, hey, you dropped your money? I'm that one. Why? Because I would want somebody to tell me, we all feel like when we lose our money, we want somebody to tell us if they saw it, especially if they did. If you didn't, fair game. That's different. And if you see it and it's nobody that you saw it came from or it's on I'm just being honest, that's just how that go. If you see it, if I see it, I'm putting it in pocket. I'm like, thank you, Lord. I don't know who money it is, but I didn't see where it came from. But I know that you are a Lord. And if I didn't see it and I didn't pick it up, somebody else would have. But to see something or to be a good Samaritan is what I'm saying. We're not talking about everything. The obvious states the obvious, but it's just the fact that if you know something, would you say something? If you see someone being wrong or being taken advantage of, you don't have to know them, but you see a situation and you looking at this is something that I could intervene. It's called discernment. Or this is something I need not to intervene because I see that this person, I don't know what happened. This person probably could deserve to get cursed out or whatever the case is. Use discernment. Everything is about taking accountability. I think when we learn to take accountability in this life, it makes us more, it structures you in a certain way. Now you become a destructive person because now you understand what you did, why you did it, and you need to be able to say it. People that think that you can't, oh, I could just say, I did something wrong to you. I'm sorry. I cheated or whatever it is, but they don't want to say exactly what they. You cannot. I'm sorry for everything I ever did. What the hell did you ever do? I mean, listen, people. If somebody say they sorry, depending on the magnitude, if they messed around with your friends or they got you set up or they talked about all your business to everybody else, and even if you didn't hear, but you heard it, you felt it in your spirit or your intuition spoke to you, and then you said, God's helpers, family, what's going on in your family, show you a vision and give you a picture, whether it's in your dream or you got to see it in real live time in your mind as you speak and you act and you see it and you tell these people or you mention it, say, look, you may not want to mention it, but you do it in a different way, whatever your style is. What I'm saying is those people is more apt to tell you, or you apt to tell your goddamn self, depending on how strong you are in your spiritual self and your loving self, to tell yourself, I could be thinking something that may not be what it is. I'm not maybe seeing something right, and you second guess. That is your God self, because that's something you couldn't give to yourself. If it's about, listen, this is how you know. If Satan is telling you something because they ain't got nothing, there's always going to be something that you need to do or that you should do and get into for the wrong reason. Now, your God conscience will tell you something that you need to be aware of. And if it's about whatever it is that you ask and it show you or give you a premonition or a dream, either way, and you see it and you said, this adds up to what I was thinking or feeling, that is confirmation. That's a confirmation, absolution, it's a guarantee, it's a fact, it's certified, it's true, and it's proof. Do you need the world to tell you something that your God told you already before the world can tell you if it's true? Do you got anything in text? You got any receipts? Well, the Most High is my receipt. Because guess what? What happens is it's going to be revealed. You will already know it. And then you call it. And then you just watch. And you say, it's not, I told you so. It's, I warned you so you don't have to do that. It don't have to be your outcome. Be careful and looking for, are you looking for the Lord or are you looking for somebody to look a certain way? They should have all these classical magical things to be able to be certified to tell you. I see where you going. I don't think you I don't think you should want, you ain't gonna want to, you ain't gonna like that. It ain't gonna work out good for you. Shut up! You don't know what you're talking about. You putting jinx and hex on you, or somebody see you as jealous because you can see the people. I said, pay attention. Hey, yo. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so I don't know why they do it like that. But in any case, I'm sorry, my computer just cut off. I didn't know what that was about. So, uh, like I said, I'm still new, but I'm gonna just go back to um where I left off. When you conscious of knowing why you should be grateful of whatever lessons and blessings that you got out of this life, and it's your own, you should never want, you should not, I would say, look over yourself to look at someone else's what they got. If you measuring yourself against somebody else's life and measurements of what they got, you don't know what they went through or why they went through what they went through and how they got where they at and why they have what they have. Mind your own business because you don't know everybody's steps. And even if you did, and that's a good person, you see why they getting whatever they getting because some good people don't deserve the treatment as myself. I'm one of those people in the world. It's a lot of us, and it's God's ones that endured. He said, if you endure long suffering and you don't look to get even, you don't look to. I never thought about getting even in the same way that I'm being dealt with. I do think about it, but not in the and it's not in the same way, and it's not in a way of I want to get even and prove a point. It's more like I'm gonna show you who you are. So when I tell you who you are or why you do certain things, anybody can be talked about based on. Okay, so a person can be, we can say things, it's not being judgmental. If you're judging and saying, well, I like this person better than this because they got this going on, they got more, they got a bigger house, or they got more money, they keep their stuff more stacked, this one is more needed than this one, and that's judging. I'm gonna treat this one according to what I feel they are because they standards don't look like it's on my level. So I'm gonna treat them like this. Well, I see that their heart is like this, so I'm gonna use them for this. Well, I'm gonna take advantage for them for that, and then I'm gonna be more upfront with these people because they seem to be more. They know lawyers, they know doctors, and they have their degree. They in the medical field, they making money. Now, once you get finished being a social status person, that's only the green of this world. Now, pay attention, people. Listen, you notice that green is money. Our heart chakra is green. For those of us that know, y'all know what I'm talking about. This is for the unbelievers and the unknowers that don't really know nothing and don't believe nothing, and they far away from themselves because they don't believe themselves. Okay, so talk to them. Now, our heart chakra is green. Why do you think they use money, and why do you think it says for the love of money is the root of all evil? Well, why would they say love if they know our heart chakra? Now, I'm talking about the chakra. That means that, oh, when I look at our heart, it's red. We got red blood. The spirit of our heart is green. That's why the heart chakra is green. Those are associated with our planets and stars. Now, mostly our planets. So if you don't know, I'm learning too. I don't have to know everything. I just took the essence of it and I used that so I can get the feeling of everything so I can at least learn the vibration. But if you learn the vibration and the frequency of certain things, then you will understand why you could be centered. Now, I can't say it wasn't simple, it was hard because, well, no, let me rethink that. Reason why I say it's hard because I'm saying it because I'm still keeping in mind of other people. Now, what seemed to be a simple method for me to use, it didn't come overnight. It took a lot of years into my 40s, right? So I'm in my middle 40s, but in my earlier 40s when I was like 42. Now, when I was getting close, that's like 2020, when everything happened in 2020, Amina and Imrat, them people, beautiful. God bless them because of her. She used this platform but they became a dynamic duo. And because of her knowledge from 2020 on YouTube was waking us up about what really politics is and what are the real laws. Now, what is the laws that we need to follow? And about the Republican, it's not the Republican Party when you go to vote only. That means it started by us. It started by the people. It went by what the people felt. Now, people all over the world, if you don't think that we should start uniting and start thinking, if you got a system that is there to beat you, do you think that you should fight back? And when do and how do you think you should do it? If you think that, well, somebody else will do it, oh, it's always going to be this way. Y'all are non-believers and people that say y'all go to church and y'all believe in the Lord. I believe in the Lord. Yes, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Where's your spirit at when it comes to things like this? If it doesn't apply, it doesn't mean that you get the whole nation together. But if you know for yourself what you want differently, what you be where God told you to be, hold your head up. Pray to me. Let me direct your steps. Let me get you a job. So we go to church, right? Me too. And I'm glad I did because the Lord told me He didn't stop me until I got to a certain place. You know why? Because I was seeking. He said, seek and you shall find. That means you go out. But see, now that's kind of tricky too because in the Bible tell us to go seek and find. So we went outwardly. We went into buildings. We went to where people was talking and preaching the gospel and saying certain things. We didn't think about when he says seek me and all you do, seek my face. Inwardly, you should not just see your face, you should see your spirit, exempling the Most High, which he said, I made you in my image. Okay? I made you as beings to be unlike a being thing in this world. So, some of us, ain't all of us, ain't got it. Is it gloating? No. That means we all was born with it. We just didn't reach and understand. Is it going to take us a lot of cycles? Some of us got to keep coming back and back and back, back, back. So you figure out where you left off. Now you have a choice. Now, for twin flames and all these things, and twin flames and soulmates, people. I had a twin flame. Whatever happened, did the wrong thing. All I know, I'm responsible for myself. If you see someone going the wrong way, is it not your responsibility to tell your brother, brethren, your loved one, your babe, or whatever it is? Um, I think you going the wrong way. We not on the same page. We not serving the same God. Listen, people, the Lord does not. Well, if you're in a relationship, friends, family, or foes, whatever it is, He doesn't separate Himself from Himself. So anything that God, the Most High, give is always going to be good. It's always going to be even. It's going to be fair. It's going to be just. It's going to be with just what you got them need to get you to where you could be your best self. Because that's what the Most High do. He help us to be our best self and to be ready. So we need certain things to happen to us in life because it needs to gear us up. If you getting into fights and you fighting all the time and you did all of this and you was a fighter and you beating, busting people up, that means that God made you to be somebody to fight for something. Now you get a reason. Now some people get sick and then you got to fight in another way. Okay, do you know other ways of fighting, of exhorting yourself after you finish being physical? Do you know I was a physical because I had to? It was just inevitable to avoid it. But when I became a mom, I said, I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to hurt anyone, and I don't want nobody else to hurt me. So I decided to not to live a life that would example me to have the things that I don't want to experience any longer. So I walk my road clean without arguing with people. I didn't know, but I watched my life. And from when I had my daughter at 16, I'm in my 40s, I don't have to argue and fight with anybody. But you know who I did have to fight with? Family. After God finished with outside, then it turned inwardly. Why do the enemy do that? Why? Because it knows something about you and needs to keep you goddamn distracted. This son of a bitch got to be distracted, because if I don't distract this one, he or she is going to do something and I'm not going to like it. If they get too far, it's going to be not too good for me. They're like kids, remind me of Legos. So if you knock it down, you knock down my Legos. I was building. Look at what I did. I was building buildings and I made it tall, and you just knocked everything down. That is what the Most High is. What? Listen, his energy, just knowing about how good the Lord, I love you so much. My great divine. Yeah. Listen, I got another side, but that's not important. People want to see what's the other side. The other side is you should not want to see that side. You should want to stay on the side where you get this one. You get the nice one, the soft one, the peaceful one. Why would you not want peaceful people in your life? If they love and they kind and they truthful, they honest, they say, look, I'm not going to let you use me because that's what you feel like you want to do, or play games with me. We got people out here that can tell you that. I don't like to. They're too straightforward. I don't got other people to talk. You know why you don't have other people to talk like that? If you hanging with a group, if your family happen to be the group of unknowns, but they are church going, they are peaceful, right? But they're not in a higher self, if that makes sense. They don't use their intuition, they don't use their third eye, they're not using all the elements properly because they still want to be attached to this world in a way. So the more world you have in you, whether you go into their games, whether you go into their stupid ass parades. Okay, that's just my opinion. Okay? Whatever it is that we're doing, just be mindful of why you're doing it. And is it acceptable to the Most High? Does it make sense? Is it adding any value to your life? Or is it something that you're learning or watching that you could add or want to take away? If none of those answers is yes, and you just out here because it's out here and you just need something to do, I don't want to go on a trip. Yes, should we good people that work hard, we deserve to go around and travel. Your people that's crumb snatchers and stealers and unalive families and do take people inheritance and they wills and houses and lands and things that they're entitled to, and you don't like it because in this one in the family I should have got this and this one left everything to this one, and how come that's not fair? Did you consult the Most High? If the person that's passed left something for whoever the individual is, there's a lot of families that keep doing the wrong things. I'm going to tell you, do not wish or harm or take anything from a person that was alive. If you had a good relationship or a bad one, do not take anything, or whatever they said they want something to go to, honor it. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. That spirit, if that spirit is strong, it's strong in the afterlife as well. My family is kicking some people asses right about now, and they did the wrong thing. And they listen, when people just do the wrong thing, period, it's not whether they did it to me, but they did. So I got to say that the thing is, when you do certain things, are you mindful that you shouldn't do these things? Are you mindful and thinking about, maybe I should reflect a little bit before I cause damage to someone or myself that I shouldn't? What if this boomerang? If that question is never a question, is this going to be a good chance to take? Is this a good leap I should do? Or is this going to work out? Let me think about how many factors is involved. If there's children involved, then you need to think about whatever your action is. Do you want to be known for that? Are you comfortable if it goes another way? Or if you get exposed by family or whatever, and it's not in good intent? If your intent not good and you still go through with it, oh, please understand that you already signed up, that you didn't give a goddamn. So you should not give a goddamn what happens to you when it comes back to you, because you didn't do it right in the first place. Be okay with your decisions. Now, the other thing is, if you thought about what the outcome is, and you took in consideration. Say, nah, I don't think I'll be cool if I messed up a family, or if I did something wrong to my sister, and she actually found out, and I had to go back and tell her. What would that be like if I'm sleeping around with somebody's man, or whatever the case is, or if I'm sleeping around with your family and I'm causing dissension, but you don't know about it, and both people's being wicked. Let me just say this: if that is the case, and anybody that thought, well, we're going to use this as a weapon for this queen here, I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna work. Because if you use a person like myself, or anybody, but I'm particularly use myself. If you're using someone like me and you say, well, I want to hurt this one, I'm going to do something to someone that I know that she loves. And I know that I want to take that one from her because I want what she wants, and I want it to look and feel that way about me. So I'm going to sprinkle some dust because, normally the person got common sense. They think for themselves, that can't work. But spell work, yeah, on a weaker spirit person and they spirit. Now they may be strong and boastful on the outside. It's not the same. Your spirit, no matter how tall or big you are, if you're looking at me, listen to me. I told you I'm 4 something, 4 foot, right? Doesn't matter.